What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with breaking news hot off the press. So it looked like the numbers are in for the Indiana Fever Chicago Sky game. And I'm telling you right now, it's box office. Guys.
The 1,000 viewers, becoming the most viewed WNBA game on ION this season, despite Caitlin Clark's absence. The Caitlin Clark effect continues even when she's not on the court. Folks, this is a big deal.
Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever just murdered another viewership record, and no, not literally, but somewhere an old TV Nielsen box just exploded from shock. If you thought her last game was wild, wait till you see what she did this time. Spoiler, grandmas are watching, cats are watching, probably aliens too. Stick around, because this isn't just basketball anymore. It's Caitlin Clark's world, and we're all just binge watching it. Let's dive in.
Clark, and I'm telling you right now, it did not stop the fans from wanting to watch this. I told y'all what it was. Long as we got to do is keep supporting the team, Caitlin Clark will be back in no time. Just as long as we make sure things stay on the up and up, everything's going to remain on the up and up. And now, since we got Ari McDonald out there balling like there's no tomorrow, she's even more entertaining to watch anyways as of right now. She's giving life to the Indiana Fever fan base. So shout out to Ari McDonald in drawing this viewership. That's who I'm putting the numbers on. I'm telling you right now, without Caitlin Clark being there, people can say what they want. People wanted to see Ari McDonald ball out, bro.
This brings us to the madness that was Sky vs. Fever. A game that didn't just break records, it drop-kicked them into a different dimension. 1.9 million viewers. Let that number sink in. That's more eyeballs than a Marvel premiere and definitely more than whatever rerun of NCIS your uncle's watching. This wasn't a basketball game anymore, it was a full-blown televised phenomenon, accidentally more popular than half of daytime cable. Somewhere, a network exec just spilled coffee on themselves, realizing they passed on airing this in prime time.
Kinda crazy. It is kinda crazy. But the Indiana Fever just drew 2 million viewers without Caitlin Clark. That is mental. That is absolutely mental. Like, that is legitimately something that I did not think was going to happen. This was obviously a national TV game. This was a national TV game. This was a big game. Even without it, it's a big game. And I feel bad for...
Now, let's not pretend Angel Reese didn't notice. Of course she noticed. If viewership had a red carpet, she'd already be strutting down it in sunglasses, claiming she built the carpet. In her world, the 1.9 million tuned in for her lashes, her blocks, and her occasional side eyes that could melt a steel beam. Caitlin Clark, please. Just the co-star in Angel's Netflix special, right?
Goes on to say 1.9 million viewers for the Indiana Fever vs. Chicago Sky game Saturday on CBS. Again, Caitlin Clark missed due to injury. It's the third most watched WNBA game of the 2025 season. The Fever vs. Sky opened at 2.7 million, and Fever vs. Liberty 2.2 million. And I'm telling you right now, guess who got the most views? The Indiana Fever. Hands down, the Indiana Fever got more views than any other damn team in the league. Telling you, bro, this team is single-handedly holding this thing up.
The delusion is powerful, but oddly charming. Angel's probably out here doing celebratory math on Instagram, drawing arrows to the rating charts like she's solving for X, conveniently forgetting that Caitlin Clark is the X, the Y, and the entire alphabet soup. But don't tell her that. She'll post a TikTok explaining how she increased stock prices by showing up. Meanwhile, Caitlin's just out there doing her thing, draining logo threes like she's playing on beginner mode while the rest of the team is on Dark Souls. She doesn't even blink when she breaks records anymore. It's just another Tuesday.
Doesn't matter who the Fever are playing. It does not matter who the Fever are playing. They're getting big viewership. They're getting massive viewership. And 1.92 million viewers is still crazy. Like, that is one of the top... That's probably one of the top 15 most viewed WNBA games of all time. Like, rating for Aces versus Valkyries on the same day on ABC. I think it was on ABC. Were both of the games on... No, they were on CBS because Don Staley was doing commentary.
And yet somehow, there's always this debate. Who's the reason people are watching? Who's driving the ratings bus? It's like arguing whether the sun or the sunglasses are more responsible for the brightness outside. Sure, Angel brings the drama, the flair, the reality show energy of someone who'd absolutely flip a table in a reunion episode. But Caitlyn brings the artillery. Her game is pure chaos in motion. She passes like a pool shark and shoots like she's got cheat codes. People don't just watch her play. They study her. They rewatch clips like it's homework. Angel might be bringing the talk, but Caitlyn's the one creating the syllabus. And let's be real, the 1.9 million didn't all tune in to watch a few rebounds and a stare down. They came for the potential fireworks, the bitter undertones, the not-so-subtle fouls. It's a rivalry with just enough pettiness to feel like high school, but with pro-level paychecks. It's cinematic. It's spicy. It's the basketball version of a soap opera with better jump shots and fewer amnesia plotline. But give credit where it's due. Angel knows how to market a moment. She's got the presence of someone who walks into a room like it's already hers.
We're back to X, bro. Check out some of these comments, man. Let's check out some of these comments. But guys, I'm telling you right now, 1.9 million views without Caitlin Clark is exceptionally well. Exceptionally well, man. Exceptionally well. I can't even lie. I can't even make this up, bro. Can't even lie. Somebody said we'll see the numbers in 2 days for ESPN game tonight for Liberty versus Sky. Bro, like, we already know. So, Caitlin, like, we already know they're not going to have any views, bro. Caitlin Clark is still there. People will show up just to watch her on the sidelines. They don't care.
The way she celebrates a block like she just saved a village from a dragon? Iconic. Completely unbothered. Caitlyn might be the headline, but Angel's making sure the subplots stay messy, loud, and highly clickable. And the drama? Delicious. There are slow-motion clips circulating like courtroom evidence, Twitter detectives zooming in on every glare. Is it beef? Is it just competition? Is it the sequel to Mean Girls set on hardwood? Who cares? The internet's lapping it up with a spoon. Let's not ignore the fact that this whole rivalry is doing exactly what women's basketball needed, breaking past the echo chamber. It's not just sports fans tuning in. It's meme lords, gossip hounds, and bored dads wondering why their Facebook feed suddenly has stats on free throws. Even your coworker who thinks a layup is something you do on a hammock is now asking, so, when's the next Caitlyn game? And while Angel might be rolling her eyes at anyone not giving her full credit for the spike in numbers, the reality is that the ratings aren't just about stats or scores. It's a spectacle, the emotion, the side eyes, the unspoken tension, the kind of drama usually reserved for royal weddings and influencer breakups. Caitlyn's the reluctant protagonist who just wanted to hoop, and Angel's the scene stealer tossing glitter in the air and yelling "You're welcome" to the crowd.
Indiana Fever ended up tweeting out this statement, man. Check this out. Every seat filled. Oh my goodness. Every seat. No open seat. Are you kidding me? My goodness, man. Gamebridge was electric in today's home opener. Now you know. Oh man, that now you know is hitting harder than any flagrant foul on Caitlin Clark last year. My goodness, man. Nah, man, but for real, this is amazing. This is really amazing, man. Now, I think the Valkyries did the same thing.
But oh, the irony. Every time someone insists it's not about Caitlyn, the views spike even higher. It's almost like the more they try to downplay her impact, the bigger she becomes. Like a basketball version of Beetlejuice. You say her name 3 times, and suddenly the arena's sold out and your grandma's live tweeting the layup lines. Still, Angel's not entirely wrong. She is part of the show, a vital part. Because what's a hero without a rival? What's a sold-out arena without a little tension in the air? Their dynamic is the kind of thing writers dream of. 2 players, 2 styles, 2 wildly different energies, and a public that can't stop choosing sides like it's Team Edward versus Team Jacob all over again. Except this time, it's about blocks and buckets, not brooding stares and werewolves. So yes, 1.9 million tuned in. Some came for Caitlyn, some for Angel. Most for the beautiful chaos that erupts when they share the court. And maybe that's the real secret here. When these two collide, the game becomes more than a game. It becomes a must-watch event, a spectacle, a drama with bounce passes, a highlight reel stitched together with pure attitude. And somewhere in the background, the TV exec who approved this broadcast is sitting in a pile of confetti, whispering, "Run it back."
I can't even see where it was on because everything says watch on League Pass. But it was obviously on TV. It says here, sorry, it was on CBS. So it had only 300k viewers less than Fever versus Liberty. And that is a mental one. That is actually a mental one. Like, it doesn't really, like, the Fever and Sky is a rivalry people seem to want to watch. Genuinely, it's a rivalry people seem to want to watch. And it's a rivalry people, people care about. You see here, obviously ahead of it, Annie Costable wrote about the history. And look, it's not even about the history. It's not about history. It's because of the storylines. It's because of the drama. It's because of all of this stuff.
And here's the real kicker. Caitlin Clark didn't even play in that game. That's right, she was benched, resting, chilling, possibly sipping electrolytes and solving quantum physics problems on the sideline for fun. And still, the viewers came in droves. They didn't trickle in, they flooded in like Black Friday shoppers sensing discounted flat screens. Because that's what happens when you become her. You don't need to be on the court to dominate it. Caitlin's aura alone apparently causes a spike in Nielsen ratings and spontaneous crowd roars. But don't worry, Angel Reese definitely has a PowerPoint locked and loaded to explain how those 1.9 million tuned in specifically to see her jog up the court and, well, deliver 4 points. Yes, 4. As in, the number of fingers you hold up when you're trying to be dramatic about how many fries someone took from your plate. 4. And 2 rebounds, basically just enough stat lines to prove she was present and not a cardboard cutout. Yet somehow, in the Gospel of Angel, that's headline material. In her mind, those 4 points weren't just points. They were cultural moments, milestones, earthquakes, history. Never mind that her shooting percentage in that game resembled a haunted house tour, horrifying and full of bad decisions. The fact remains, the camera found her, the lights stayed on, and she struck poses like the scoreboard wasn't actively shading her entire existence.
Indiana Fever continue to fly high on the ratings when it comes to cable TV. Did this most recent meeting get them? Well, we are about to find out. Sans Clark, Fever Sky still among top 10 WNBA games since 2001. Despite the absence of Caitlin Clark, the Fever Sky rivalry delivered one of the top 10 largest regular season or playoff WNBA audiences in the past 2 decades on CBS prime time. Saturdays, Fever Sky WNBA regular season game averaged 1.92 million viewers on CBS, marking the 8th largest WNBA regular season audience since 2001.
But this is where it gets deliciously unhinged. The WNBA is literally seeing unprecedented numbers, games selling out, merch flying off shelves, people learning team names for the first time. And Caitlin Clark could be taking a nap during the warm-up, and it still happens. The Fever could roll out a scarecrow in her jersey, and half the audience would still be live streaming and tweeting queen behavior. Angel, meanwhile, is out here fighting for her life on Twitter, defending 4 points like they were platinum plaques. She's giving full press tour energy for a stat line that barely registers as a pulse. The camera would cut to Angel, and you could almost hear the commentary scramble. Well, it's not always about the numbers. Yeah, it is. Especially when the other star isn't even playing, and yet the crowd still looks like Beyoncé's in the building. Caitlin's impact has hit the level of Beyoncé in the basketball universe. She breathes near an arena and tickets sell. She blinks and people buy jerseys. She doesn't play and the ratings still break records.
Talk about what you guys are talking about, which is Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever. Yeah! On national TV, except ain't Caitlin Clark hurt? Yeah, so what a perfect time to shine if you're Angel Reese. The floor is all yours. A lot of people are saying she's the one that lit the torch and is carrying the torch for the WNBA. A lot of people are saying it's Caitlin Clark. No better chance to show and prove. Well, the response from that national televised game is a little disturbing.
And not just because she's good. She is. But because she's a walking storyline. Every time she steps on or doesn't step on the court, something shifts. Social media explodes. Commentators start sweating, and the popcorn machines run out of kernels. Meanwhile, Angel's working overtime trying to keep the narrative balanced, holding a press conference in her mind where she's both the underdog and the main character. And don't get it twisted, Angel's got charisma for days. She could probably sell ice to an Eskimo, or at least talk ESPN into a 12-minute montage of her tying her shoes. Caitlin Clark is the reason people keep turning their heads. She's the headline, the plot twist, the main character, and the theme music. Even when she's off the court, her gravitational pull keeps the league spinning. Angel might be in the same galaxy, but Caitlin's the one with the orbit. Still, the illusion persists. Angel, refusing to blink, continues on her crusade to prove that she is the needle mover, that the 4 points she scored were metaphorical points, spiritual points, that somewhere in the universe, her hustle added 1 million viewers all by itself.
So Angel Reese came out and had a 12 rebound, 4-point, 2 assist game in the absence of Caitlin Clark tonight. Angel, they're not coming for you. They're coming to watch the prodigal son or daughter, Caitlin Clark. So as the Indiana Fever beat the Chicago Sky by 29 points without Caitlin Clark, I asked the EBT community, do y'all have eyes?
It's admirable, really. This level of conviction, delusional, maybe, but inspiring. Like watching someone try to push a parked car uphill with their pinky and shouting, "See, I told you I moved it." Meanwhile, Caitlin's parked across town, sipping a protein shake and accidentally generating triple the buzz just by existing. And that's the real kicker. Angel's grinding, sweating, hamming it up for the cameras. And Caitlin? She's just there. That's all it takes. Just being. The one where 1.9 million people tuned in for a game she didn't even touch, and Angel still acted like she brought them there with 4 points and an Instagram filter. They know the difference between a star and someone trying to cosplay as one. Meanwhile, fans aren't holding back anymore. Some are boldly declaring that watching Caitlin Clark sit on the bench is more thrilling than watching Angel Reese actually play.
How high would you say the ceiling is for Caitlin year 2?
Yeah. I mean,
what ceiling?
What did Michael? I always like to quote Michael Jordan in these moments.
The ceiling,
is the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was incredible last year. Learned a lot about the league, so she's just probably going to add not necessarily anything to her game. I know she worked out in the off season and talks about her strength and wanting to get more physical, but it's the experience part that as you get older in this league starts to show itself combined with the skill. So she knows the league now, and so that's dangerous. She's surrounded by a ton of talent. They did really well in free agency, but yeah, it's her second year, so it'll be fun to see like what adjustments she makes and what she did learn.
And honestly, they might have a point. Caitlin on the sideline is giving more entertainment value than half the league's highlight reels. She's over there in warm-ups, hair tied back, occasionally chewing gum like she's plotting world domination, and the crowd is riveted. One smirk, the internet has a meltdown. A nod, suddenly there's a podcast episode breaking it down frame by frame. Meanwhile, Angel's on the court, giving us full minutes, full effort, and well, not full stats. It's like she's in an entirely different game, one where the scoreboard exists solely to test her confidence. You know something's off. Caitlin's courtside aura is pulling more eyes than fast breaks. It's like she emits this magnetic field of relevance. Every time the camera pans to her sitting in the third seat, legs crossed, whispering something to a teammate, it feels like a teaser trailer for something big.
What do you see it? Angel Reese's performance. Watch this. This is the kicker. Amongst players with more substantial playing time, Angel Reese's performance in 2024 stands out. She shot 43.8% on attempts within 5 feet of the basket. Do you know what 5 feet is, Vinny?
That's right here.
Hang on. If she's 6'4", then fingertip to fingertip is 6'6".
So these guys are such clowns. You have a shot at getting more eyeballs to your league, and all of a sudden, you fear because it's Caitlin Clark, a white girl. You know who Caitlin Clark's going to end up being in the weirdest way possible if she makes it? She's going to be the Jackie Robinson of WNBA. Who was the Jackie Robinson of MLB?
Angel could be mid-layup and Twitter's still like, wait, what's Caitlin sipping on? Is that body armor or prophecy juice? It's chaotic, but also completely on brand. Because Caitlin doesn't have to be playing to own the narrative. She is the narrative. Angel's out there working overtime to be seen, but somehow Caitlin's still trending while checking her shoelaces. Even the cameramen are in on it. They linger on Caitlin like it's a rom-com close-up. They know where the drama lives. Angel might be running the floor, but Caitlin from the bench is running the ratings. And when fans start ranking bench reactions above box scores, that's not a fluke. That's dominance. Silent, seated, sassy dominance.